The anticipation of a remake of a relatively popular film has not been as exciting as is the case for Vikram Vedha starring Hrithik Roshan and Saif Ali Khan. In an atmosphere where most people are dismissive of the very concept of remakes, the first look trailer and creative choices taken by the actors has somehow generated curiosity regarding this film. No one is going to deny the fact that the 2017 Tamil film directed by Pushkar and Gayatri was an exhilarating and thought-provoking experience, enhanced beautifully by the convincing performances of Vijay Sethupathi and R. Madhavan. But here we are. To truly understand if the Pushkar Gayatri remake is one, a faithful retelling of the story, has been upgraded in any way or not, and most importantly, have Hrithik and Saif done justice to the iconic roles, and even better, have they made it their own? The film focuses on an honest inspector, Vikram, played by Saif Ali Khan, who has clarity in this world about good and evil, that the segregation between the two is either black or white. Conducting various encounters, one on the other side of law and order is dealt with absolute conviction as they represent evil in his eyes. And in the pursuit, he comes across the dreaded gangster Veda, played by Hrithik Roshan, who brings a sense of nuance in the concept of good and evil and the color grey in Vikram's conscience. The cat and mouse chase that follows between the two characters, taking inspiration from the tales told in Betal Pachisi, forms the basic storyline of Vikram Vedha. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch Vikram Vedha in theatres or not. The underwhelming aspects. Cops and editing choices. The issue that I have with this film ring true for the 2017 original film as well, which is that especially in the first half, you will notice that Pushkar Gayatri want to move on to more gritty and intense face-offs between Vikram and Vedha. This almost causes them to rush through sequences with the supporting characters. It's almost as if the characters are not interesting enough to hold the attention of even the makers, so they move on to the two principal characters, and this was even the case with the Tamil film. Scenes end, fading out to a black screen, and move on to more interesting things. These editing choices almost lend a rushed tone to the first half of the film, especially with the case of the police officers who mumble through their dialogues and don't have a lasting impression. The most uncomfortable quality, however, is the editing utilized for the action sequences. One has too many jump cuts for it to have a formidable impact, and as blows are even being exchanged between characters, frames shift, making you conclude that there are too many cuts in rather basic action sequences. I wished for the hand-to-hand combat between Vikram and Vedha to have been choreographed and edited a little better, for it to even have a more refined retelling of the story. The good. Background score and music. I absolutely love the fact that the creators have held on to Sam CS's score of Karupa Vilai, as I very well know that if they had opted for a tune for Veda's character which was not this, they would have only been inundated with how the original tune was far superior. Translated as Bande and sung by Manoj Muntashar and Shivam, the Hindi tune holds on to the raw nature of the tune that perfectly encapsulates the aura and personality of Veda. I remember very well people being nostalgic of the contribution the score had in truly making Sethupath's entry mass in every way, and my god does Hrithik's entry and marriage of the score account for a sight to witness on the big screen. Many people look at entry moments like that of Hrithik's War or in 2012 with Agnipath, but this movie has definitely captured him in the most massy avatar. Furthermore, I know people are very split about the song Alcoholia. While I do agree that the song is generic in its form, coming across like any other party tune, there isn't really anyone who moves or even has the same grace as a dancer like Hrithik Roshan. A captivating sight as he still moves like butter. The moves aside, Hrithik's expression on the song takes the cake and make you, even with the substandard lyrics and tunes, want to shake a leg with him. Shahid Kapoor needs to take down notes and understand that intense characters should not take away from not playing on your strengths as a dancer. One really looks forward to capable performers shaking a leg as well. Squashing the accent rumors. One of the biggest skepticisms that people had while watching the teaser and trailer of Vikram Vedha was that the UP accent of Hrithik Roshan would be a sword to the ears, but I have to gladly squash those rumors or fear within you, as Hrithik and his dialect is way more consistent than ever seen before. In Super 30, you could genuinely see the actor come in and out of the accent, something that represented an actor really trying hard but seeming to be out of depth in fully imbibing the dialect, but in this case, it never comes across as being forcefully put on and just seems like a character who was born and brought up with that delivery. A sigh of relief, as I was worried that while he has adopted the body language of Veda with such intensity and ease, that the delivery would have been an issue. That's not the case in the film, thankfully. Formidable supporting cast. I can't really fault the performances of the supporting cast. The supporting characters leave their mark while actually being fitting choices for the roles. A special shout out to Rohit Saraf as the naive and innocent little brother Shatak. He was such a smart choice. The protective dynamic of Veda with him especially translates as Rohit channelizes the personality of a boy mostly lost and unaware of the chaos around him. While I'm so glad that they did away with the stripping sequence, which I thought was the most bizarre of the original film, in this film actually, and this is a refreshing change, the dynamic between the brothers really comes through. Hrithik wells up with tears in his eyes in every scene that he shares with Rohit. Being a father-like figure, he showcases only an emotional vulnerability with him. This brother dynamic showcasing a more emotional side to Veda is done better in the Hindi film. Yogita Behani as Chanda wanting her boyfriend to come out of the shadow of his brother, Satyadeep Mishra as Abbas playing the cop riddled with guilt and desperate to come out of his circumstances, a righteous Radhika Apte playing the role of Priya, Vikram's wife, who takes up the case to represent Veda, is as fiery and resolute as ever. The casting choices for the supporting cast have been bang on. Everyone was worried the moment the main cast for the film was officially announced because everyone expected for Saif to play the supposed antagonist. Hrithik in such a violent role caught everyone off guard. Everyone came with theories on how this probably won't be the right choice. But I do have to tell you on what a masterstroke this truly was. Hrithik versus Saif. Saif Ali Khan provides formidable support in this film as the understated and clear Vikram. It's like peeling an onion with respect to Saif's performance. You think he is rigid in his approach initially and slowly and steadily without even realizing it. He has to deal with the fact that the person he is chasing is actually providing him a reality check every step of the way. Not only providing him a mirror, but also making him privy to the reality in his surroundings. Saif really is the actor who fits in every mold, and he shares a great dynamic with Hrithik, especially when the stories are being exchanged with one another. However, there's no doubt about the fact that this is Hrithik's show all the way. Everyone doubted his capability due to the monumental task of meeting the magic of what Vijay Sethupathi did. But I have to tell you that Hrithik not only brings a flair and emotional innocence to Veda, but makes it his own, the most important aspect for a role made so iconic. I thought this role got more of an insight into the compulsions of Veda, his boundless love for his brother, and the reason why he reaches such a manic state with violence. From Hrithik's mass entry assisted so beautifully by Sam CS's background score, it really accounts for a worthy rival for Vikram's character. The confidence with which he interacts with Vikram, the intensity with which he takes revenge against those who have even touched his younger brother, especially shining as he loses his cool in the open market. Seeing Hrithik on the big screen was an absolute treat, and it solidifies in my mind that he is one of the rare stars in Hindi cinema not fearful of taking the risk of playing different shades of characters, not restricting himself only to be the celebrated hero all the time. The film, especially for those who have not seen the original film, will be an experience worth on the big screen, especially because you see the interesting storytelling of Pushkar and Gayatri unfold as two stars in such fine form share screen space together. For those who have seen the original film, I understand that it's dear to you, but there is no denying the fact that this Hindi remake is a more intense retelling of the story where the gore and violence is far more prevalent, and where the actors truly have made the title roles their own. And that was the video, guys. Write it down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.